Stampers, this is Trevis. Thank you for joining me for Video Tuesday. Today we're going to make a card using the Butterfly Brilliance bundle. I'm actually not going to use the stamp set, but I'm going to use the dies from that bundle. And fortunately, that is carried over to the new big catalog, which will be coming out on May 4th. So if you aren't on my list and aren't sure if you're going to receive a catalog, just let me know and we'll get a catalog out to you. Okay, so today the colors that I'm going to be using kind of give it a little bit of a shabby chic look, maybe a little vintage. I love, love, love this bundle, and if you stay with me till the end, I'll show you some of my other samples that I've made with this stamp set. Okay, so let's get started. The actual color that the base of my card is going to be Mossy Meadow. And I have a 5.5 by 8.5 piece folded in half, so that's the base of my card. And then I have another piece, and this is 4 by 5.25, so that it will layer nicely on top. Okay. And the three colors that we're going to use today: Mossy Meadow, So Saffron, and Misty Moonlight. Misty Moonlight is an in color that is going to be around for another year. So this is one of the 5 in colors that's going to be around for another year. Okay, so I cut out ahead of time one of the butterflies from the Brilliant Wings dies. So we have so many dies in this set, and it's 12 dies in here. So we have all of the detail ones. We have 6 of the details. Then we have the big one that cuts out the stamp set. And then we have these smaller ones. There's a lot you can do with these, and I'm sure I'll be showing you some different things that you can do with these smaller dies later on. Okay, we have plenty of time now that we know it's carried over. Okay, so let's get started on our butterfly. What I'd like to do today is I would like to sponge some color onto this butterfly. And I'm going to use my sponge daubers. Okay, so I'm just going to pick this up. And I'm just going to color. And the cool thing about doing a shabby chic or vintage card is that you can come back and do a little more color, but there's really no wrong or right way to do your coloring. You can just put it, I love this color though, put it anywhere on the butterfly. Ooh, whoa. Okay, don't want to bend his wings. Okay, so we'll do that. And then I'm going to bring in a little Mossy Meadow. So remember, my trick with these daubers is you want to wash them after you use them. And the reason is because the ink, if you leave the ink on the sponge, over time, it will deteriorate the sponge. So if you just want to rinse them out really well, don't use soap or anything, just rinse out the sponge and let them dry. Just because you don't want that little end. I mean, they're not that pricey, but you just don't want the end of it to deteriorate before you really use them a lot. They stain, so I don't keep one for each color. But I do keep like a green one, kind of, mellow green, and then a blue one. So then we're going to do a little Misty Moonlight. See, I've used this one before on blues. And I'm not going to put a whole lot of color on the ends here. Okay, just on the ends of the wings. If you want to come back, you can always do a little more. Just like that. Okay. And then I am going to add some black in the center, the body. And I'm going to go ahead and use my blend. This is my dark basic black blend. Try to say that 10 times. I'm going to go ahead and put this on the body. Just like that. Color that in. Might go a little bit on here. looks good. Super simple. All right, I am going to put some dimensionals on the back. I'm going to use the small dimensionals. Just going to go ahead and put a few on here. One in the center, one on the sides. Pop that up. Okay, so that's ready to go now. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to take the piece that's going to layer on top of my base. And what I want to do with this is I do want to scuff up the edges of my cardstock. So I am going to take my bone folder and I'm actually going to use my fingernail to get it started. And I'm going to really give it a rough edge. Just like that. The more you do it, the better. I know it looks a little crazy, but where my scissors are, they work really well, but I'm just going to use this. Thank goodness my fingernails are coming back a little bit. And I'm really going to crinkle the corners. You're going to see that in a second. So since this is a vintage card, I'm going to sponge it also. I'm going to sponge the edges also. Really beat this card up, right? I actually love this look. Okay, well, that really isn't great for my fingernail, but okay, so I'm liking it so far. And I am going to take my stamp pad again, this same color, and I'm going to go back to my sponge dauber. And now I'm going to sponge a lot of color onto these edges. So where I really scuffed it up, it's really picking up the color. I love it. Okay. Wow, that's exactly what I wanted it to look like. Okay, and then I have a little piece of Forever Greenery Trim combo. So this is like the muslin ribbon. There's actually some gold twine that also, unfortunately, this is going to be retired on May 3rd. No, I take that back. June 30th, if it lasts that long. I don't know how much there'll be supply-wise, but so I am going to, I don't think I'm going to sponge anything. I was going to sponge a little green over it, but I think I'm going to leave it just like that. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down. And I want to cut it. Oh, where are my scissors? I have to get my scissors. Hang on a second. Okay. I am going to have to cut this down just a smidge. Kind of fray the edges. Ooh, yeah. Okay. That down in the center of my card, just like that. And then I'm going to put my butterfly, pop my butterfly up and put it right in the center of that ribbon. And I have enough of these small dimensionals, it's going to hold it nice and firmly in place. Okay, and then I need a saying. And as I said, unfortunately, the Butterfly Brilliance stamp set does not have any sayings in it, but I have lots of other sayings, so I'm going to use Free as a Bird. And I like this saying, your friendship means the world to me. And so I'm going to use that saying from this stamp set. And I'm going to stamp that in our Mossy Meadow ink on a little piece of vanilla cardstock. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp that right in the center. And then I think I still have some ink on here. I'm just going to sponge a little ink on here. Could even, if I really wanted this to look vintage, I could crumple this. But I don't think I need to do that, go that far with it, but you could. If you really like this crumpled look, you could crumple this also. But I think I'm just gonna leave it like that. And I'm gonna pop this up with a couple of big dimensionals. Ooh, it's pretty big, and I think it'll work. Okay, so I have to decide, do I want to pop this up or do I just want to leave it flat? And I think I'm going to leave it flat. I'm not going to pop it up, I'm just going to put adhesive on the back. Just like that. Okay, so there's our card today, and as I told you, I'm going to show you some other cards that I made using the Butterfly Brilliance bundle. Okay, so this one I posted, and I absolutely love this card. So this is vellum, and I used copper foil, and then I cut out of the detail, I used mint macaron, and then I cut another detail out of vellum. And then I dyed some of my ribbon with the blends, the mint macaron blends. And I used the copper as a border, copper foil. Okay, so I'm loving that card. Love it. And then this card, I think I did a video on this one. So this one I used a whole bunch of the butterfly dies. I cut the whole set out and then I glued them onto the white cardstock, so it's white on white. And then I went ahead and used this ribbon. This is also retiring. Oh, sad. But, you know, and then this is from the Seashells bundle that's actually going to be carried over into the big catalog. And then this, I think I also did a video on. This was the vellum. I embossed on vellum. And so I did use the smaller butterflies on this one and did white overlay on this one. And then Sending You a Paper Hug. That little stamp's going to be retiring, but I'm not, I mean, I love it. I'm never going to get rid of that. And then this is another card that I made today. With this, I used the curvy dies. So I did use the Seashells paper, and I did cut these out. And then I also used the vellum, the foil that's in the mini catalog, and I cut out one of these out of foil, and then I cut this also out of the Sahara sand foil, and so I have the detailed butterfly there, and then this is out of the sea. So I kind of used both bundles, the seashell and the Butterfly Brilliance. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you on Friday. Talk to you later. Bye.